magnificent and powerful. A will of steel. She rules the most desirable land in the forest. But one thing is missing from her kingdom, and she'll stop at nothing to get it. In a place where fierce battles were once fought with swords, a new kind of warrior defends this majestic ruin now. Her name is Sundari. She's one of the most photographed tigers in India. And it's easy to see why. 300 pounds of muscle and moxie make her an incredible cat. Four years ago, Sundari battled her famous mother, Machli, for control of the fort. Sundari kicked out her mom and two sisters. She's lived here alone ever since. The fort is the jewel of Ranthambore National Park in the Indian state of Rajasthan. By far the best real estate around. Full of water, shade, and more prey than anywhere else in the park. Not all is idyllic for the queen of the fort. She's never had cubs. Sundari should have given birth at least once by age 4. She's now 5. My name is Nala. In all my years filming in Ranthambore, I've never known of a tigress who hasn't born cubs. In fact, 4 miles away in the valley, Sundari's neighbor is already on her first litter. It's Krishna, one of the sisters banished from the fort. The tigresses are from the same litter, and they're the same age. Yet only one is a mom. The cubs are 5 months old, 2 males and a female. Krishna takes training her cubs seriously, even in the intense 110-degree summer heat. Today, Krishna and her dominant male are off on a hunting expedition. But Junior messes around and falls too far behind. Fortunately, Krishna has what appears to be the perfect tool for scolding him: her tail. A simple tail flick seems to say, "This way, buddy, keep up." He gets the hang of it just in time. Krishna spots a sambar deer. The first lesson for the cub is to observe mom go for the kill. Success. With 3-inch teeth and powerful jaws, one bite to the neck does it. She could have taken down the larger deer, but brings back the fawn instead. It's less meat, but the size gives her son an opportunity to get in on the action. Hunting practice is over, for now at least. The cubs need another year of lessons. They'll be skilled hunters if they're anything like their parents. This bruiser is the cub's dad, Star, a 500-pound cat with a star mark over each eye. At 8 years old, Star is a busy man. He's not only Krishna's mate, he's Sundari's mate too, although the pair has never produced cubs. Star has visitation rights in the territories of both partners. Wherever he goes, well-placed sprays of urine announce his presence. Star's calling card has the strong smell of buttered popcorn. The fort is Sundari's one home. Only guys get overlapping territories. But Sundari isn't one to play by the rules. She walks away from the home she fought so hard to win. And enters the rocky hills beyond the fort. This is a huge risk. She's in another tiger's territory. And it's not just any tiger. This is the home of the spectacular Zalim. A quarter-ton specimen of masculinity. Sundari's here to do everything she can to get pregnant. Zalim knows she's fertile and ready to rendezvous by her scent and roar. It's good information for him to have. Breeding is too much effort to attempt with an unreceptive female. Mating tigers have one goal: to produce heirs to carry on their bloodline. So there's not much in the way of courtship here. Normally, pairs mate 50 or more times over several days. Each round lasting only 10 to 20 seconds. Sundari's betrayal of Star could be her downfall. Or bring her the cubs she so desperately wants. Star, the Ranthambore stud, cools off by the lake at the fort. It's sweet relief from the heat, now a mere 100 degrees. The lake's lovely, but the real attraction here is Sundari. She's home after her dalliance with Zaleem. Poor Star. His once loyal mate has betrayed him. But he goes back to business as usual. The two cats have been partners for 2 years, but have never produced cubs. And Sundari is ready for cubs. She heads straight for Zaleem, making that dangerous journey through the park. This infidelity could get her into big trouble with Star. Sundar is not the only one with something to hide. Her new mate's hiding something too. Zaleem is a single dad. It's extraordinary to see a male caring for his cubs. Males don't normally have anything to do with raising offspring. So why Zaleem stepped up is a mystery. Four months ago, forest rangers discovered the tiny tigers in a remote corner of Zaleem's territory. They set up infrared cameras to monitor the starving, motherless cubs and to see what would happen if Zaleem discovered them here. Male tigers are known to kill their own kind. Rangers left food and water to give them a fighting chance. There were plenty of predators snooping around for an easy meal. But no one attacked the cubs. Instead, a remarkable thing happened. Zaleem is seen walking with the girls. He must be their father. Why else would he let them stay in his territory unharmed? Now, at 6 months old, the girls are doing well, thanks to their remarkable dad. He's providing his cubs with plenty of food and nurturing. Even with their mother's care, they might not have made it. Around 50% of tiger cubs die before their second birthday. With a dad like Zalim, the outlook for the girls is hopeful. Sadly, their mother is found dead in the forest. Her autopsy reveals she died a natural death. In the last century, more than 95% of the world's tigers have vanished, most at the hands of poachers. Yet the tiger hangs on as India's national animal. I pay my respects to the cub's mother as she's given a traditional funeral pyre. Mom is gone, but Zalim's girls are very much alive, at least for now. Sundari's arrival could change everything. Sundari is in the hill area, ready for another tryst with Zalim. Another shot at motherhood. But today, Zalim's attention is elsewhere. His heart belongs to his cubs right now. And that makes Sundari an unwelcome visitor. One growl from Zalim says, "Stay back." But she's never been one to shy away. Zalim issues warning number 2. He's ready to fight. He outweighs Sundari by at least 200 pounds. And her submissiveness says she knows it. The frightened girls keep their distance. Not one drop of blood is shed. Yet Zalim makes it clear his cubs are off limits. Sundari packs up her resolve and heads home to the fort. But her birthplace is no longer the treasured home it once was. Male tigers have visiting rights and often hang out in their mates' territories. So both Star and Zalim could show up at the fort at the same time. If they discover her infidelity, she might lose them both. Sundari's left with an agonizing choice. Hang on to the bountiful fort area, the only home she's ever known, or leave it all behind to keep her mates and a chance of ever having cubs. Incredibly, she chooses to leave. It's not what I thought would happen. Sundari will now trespass through miles of forest ruled by other tigers. It's a dangerous road, and with no guarantee that at the end of it, she'll get cubs. Searching for a new territory is tough enough, let alone during monsoon season. But July arrives, and with it, torrential rain. No human visitors, including me, are allowed in the park for 3 months. India is the wettest place on Earth. Nearly 10 inches of rain will soak the ground before the monsoon ends. September rolls around and the clouds release their last drop of rain. I'm anxious to get back inside the park and look for Sundari. The last time I saw her, she was homeless. I'm surprised to find her living in a remote corner of Zalim's territory. But there's an even bigger surprise. She's not alone anymore. Sundari's 3 adorable cubs are now 4 months old. Like Krishna's litter, there are 2 males and a female. Zalim has to be the cub's father. Sundari's new home is in his territory after all. Cubs are born after just 3 months of gestation, and every one of them bears a unique set of stripes right down through their skin. What a joy to see Sundari with a family of her own. To keep these cuties fed, she must kill 50% more prey than usual, and hunting will take her away for days. The cubs have no idea what dangers lie ahead. Sundari is on the hunt. She has 3 hungry cubs to feed now that she's a mom. she gives the chase her all, she can hit 35 miles an hour. It brings new meaning to fast food. Unfortunately, getting the grub home isn't a matter of simply putting the car in drive. Sundari has to drag the heavy carcass across miles of forest to her waiting cubs. When Sundari gets home, the cubs pounce on the carcass. But this meal isn't going down family style. The lone female of the litter backs off, while her dominant brothers get first dibs. With razor-sharp barbs on their tongues, they can lick the skin right off their prey. Finally, it's her turn to gnaw at the leftovers. Sundari's determination to become a mother has paid off. Now, if only she can keep the cubs alive and help them reach adulthood. Easier said than done. Trouble is just around the corner. It's Star, and he doesn't like what he sees. Cubs that are not his. Star inches closer. But Sundari warns him to stay away. He has every reason to harm these kittens. Without them, Sundari will soon be fertile again. And that's Star's chance for more offspring. The terrified cubs flee the scene. Now Sundari and Star take their fight to the hilltop, almost beyond the range of my lens. quickly as it began, the battle ends. Both tigers are alive, but there's a steep price to pay. Sundari is wounded. Even worse, her cubs are missing. And finding them is all that matters. Sundari's calls travel as far as 2 miles away. But who knows if her young can hear her plea to come home. Pass with no sign of the cubs. Painful battle wounds don't stop Sundari from searching for her missing cubs. A familiar face shows up. Then another one. And one more. The cubs are home. After 48 hours apart, the family is reunited. But their troubles are far from over. This place is not safe anymore. Star could return any time. Despite her injuries from the showdown, Sundari has no choice but to pack it up and find a new home. She heads toward the western edge of the park with cubs in tow. Sundari leads her family to one of the few remaining territories in the park, near the mining villages. She doesn't know it, but the danger they're walking toward is far worse than the one they're leaving behind. Humans are the predators tigers need to fear most. This village area is all that Sundari has to call home. It's a far cry from the luxury of the fort. Now without a tiger resident for the first time since the park became a reserve decades ago. Sundari's family has always ruled this place. Today, it stands wide open for a new tiger to take the crown. Life goes on as usual in the hill area for Salim's older cubs, now 2 years old. They dig into a deer carcass. Dried out leftovers may not look tasty, but to the cubs, the meat is a prize. Nothing like a good soaking to bring out the fine flavors. The cubs are adults now and ready for territories of their own. But space is limited, and they'll most likely find a spot near the village area. It's not a risk the Forest Department wants to take. The best option for their survival is to relocate the cubs to Sariska, one of India's 40 tiger reserves. The female population is so low already that each one is too precious to lose. Salim is now without his cubs. The father who became a mother mourns their loss. When I get back to the village area, I find Sundari's cubs, but no Sundari. She must be on a hunt. While they wait for her, the cubs take each other to the mat. Their playful sparring will help turn them into powerful predators as adults. But they still need their mom. The fort has a new ruler. Sundari's sister, Krishna, is back in her childhood home for the first time in 3 years. Krishna's free of motherhood responsibilities and ready to start mating again. She could track down her old mate, but like her sister, she pursues Zalim. I have no idea what lures tigresses to this sky. But there's no question Zalim is an extraordinary tiger. He played Mr. Mom to his cubs. If only he would do it again. This time for his newest litter, Sundari's 3. One month has come and gone since the cubs last saw their mom. They wander the village area, alone now. At 6 months old, they still desperately need Sundari for food and protection. Forest rangers step in so they don't starve to death and leave them right here in case Sundari returns. It's strange not seeing Sundari moving about the park. Normally, she's spotted somewhere at least once every few days. She may have succumbed to the wounds from her fight with Star. Or was she so weak that another animal got the best of her? Or did she just get too close? Sundari's cubs are doing well now. If they survive another 18 months, they'll have beaten the odds. Perhaps one of these cubs has Sundari's will of steel and is destined to rule Ranthambore.